Hi travel friends, I'm Kimberly from Next Adventure Vacations, and today we're going to talk about travel safety. So I have a very good friend who his career here in the United States is as a police officer, and he has a broad and vast history in security and personal safety and safety training. But he has also served as a missionary in many places in the world where most people would quail to go. So his training in security he has used it definitely to help others. And he suggested today that we talk about the triangle of vulnerability. So when we're talking about the triangle of vulnerability, we're talking about three specific points: who, where, and when of travel. So I know with social media what it is today, and as excited as we get about our travel, it is really easy for us to say, oh my gosh, I get to go to this place with this people at this time and I'm so excited. And when you do that, you are making yourself vulnerable. So the idea of the triangle of vulnerability is that you never want to give all three pieces of information out. So you can say who is going on a trip. My husband and I are going on a trip next year. And we are going to Scotland. I can even tell you where. But I should never give that third piece of information away, the when. Because as you can tell, then that would provide, it would create vulnerability for my home, for my family, for our travel. And my family has a military background. Most of the men in my family have been in the military. So, our standard operating procedure, our SOP, has always been to maintain that silence about when a person is gone. So I would encourage you today to keep these things in mind, and especially in your open public social media communications, keep that triangle of vulnerability in mind. Another practice that we usually engage in is while we are on a trip, we are pretty much radio silent. We do not post about where we are. We do not post about what we're doing, who we're with, and the fact that we're gone. We save all of that for when we come back. I have a good friend who recently went on a trip to Sedona, and her husband has worked for Homeland Security. So they too practice this standard operational procedure of avoiding that triangle of vulnerability. When they come back, then she begins posting, on day 1 we did this, on day 2 we did this, and posting the whole trip itinerary and all of her pictures, and it's just wonderful to follow along with that after she has come back. But what they don't do is make themselves vulnerable by posting that information about the fact that they're gone and where they are while they are gone. So my friends, hopefully this helped you today to think about how can I keep myself safe when I'm traveling, and especially when we're talking about long trips and you're going to be gone for a long time, or maybe you're going to a place where you're not as familiar with that place. You definitely don't want to give away where you are, the fact that you're gone, opening yourself up to potential harm. If you have questions about your travel safety or vulnerability, please shoot me an email at kimberly@nextadventurevacations.com. And when I don't know the answers, clearly I have resources and people who can help us make good decisions for the safety of your travel. And tell me in the comments below, how do you make yourself safe while you are traveling? What practices, what standard operating procedures do you and your family engage in to make sure that you do not make yourself vulnerable while traveling? Let me know that in the comments below, and I'll see you real soon.